people getting sick. Okay, people are getting sick. What do you think? The last 200 years have seen a tremendous leap in our ability to treat illness of many kinds. We have developed all sorts of vaccinations, antibiotics, vitamins, and treatments. We have created techniques for examining bones, tissues, and even genes to look for defects and patterns. Hundreds of separate diseases have been identified and specific treatments devised to cure them. But people still get sick. It seems that more it seems that the more we know about the cause, the care, and the prevention of disease, the more sick people become. We will read first the difficult words in this page. Tremendous, very large in amount, extent, or degree. Leap, big jump. Now, the last 200 years have seen a tremendous, a big jump. Tremendous means a big leap jump, a very large amount or a very high degree of mm, discovering, okay, leap, big jump of discovering medicines, okay? We have developed all sorts of vaccination, antibiotics, medicines, vitamins and treatments to any kinds of diseases. That is why the last 200 years have been considered as a very big discovery of medicines to any kinds of diseases. Vaccinate, give an injection to protect against the disease. Next, drug that cures illness and infections caused by the bacteria. Okay, this is an antibiotic whenever we go to the doctor when we are sick. The doctor will always give us antibiotic to treat the infections caused by bacteria. Devise, plan, or invent a way of doing so. Okay? The last 200 years, doctors, scientists, and medical experts have invented many forms of vaccine, vitamins, and a cure of any diseases. Fatigue, feeling of being extremely tired, either physically or mentally. When we say fatigue, it is the feeling of being very tired. It could be physical tired, or mental tired. There are two forms of feeling fatigue. Okay, so it could be physical or mental. Now, this time, do you agree that this time in this modern days, people are getting sick? Do you observe? Do you agree with this statement?
I'm not sure about that because I don't have any data when compared in the past and at the moment. So really difficult for me when I want to know people nowadays more getting sick than before. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's correct. Okay, but I would like to share to you that based on the research I have read, okay, medical researches, there is a comparison between the lifespan of the people today and the people in the past. Okay, when we say lifespan, it talks about the number of years a person live. Now, it has been said that it has been said that mm, the number the lifespan of the people these days are getting shorter, because in the old days, in the past, people could live somewhat 70 to 80 years, or other exceed to 90 or 100 years. But as in the present, the lifespan of people is becoming shorter. Just like, for example, it is common to the people nowadays to die at the age of 60, early 60, or yeah, late, like for example, 60, 62, that one. So the cases of the death this time in our time is becoming earlier, younger. There are a lot of individuals, even if they are still in their 30s, yeah, died because of complications, because of many diseases. So that is according to research that the lifespan of people these days are getting shorter compared to the lifespan of the people in the past. Now, what health problem worries about you most? Fatigue, weight, stress, smoking or drinking, lack of exercise, poor diet, blood pressure, family history, or other. Now, which among these things, eight, worry you the most about health?
I think in my country, the people really care about weight.
Weight,
Yeah, yes,
stress.
yes, blood pressure.
Okay. Yes, so weight, stress, and blood pressure, these are some of the common health problems these days. Because of the many accessible food chains, food stores this time, yeah, people are easily getting big or increasing their weight. Anytime, any stores, there are a lot of stores that sell food this time, and even you can have food by ordering online. Okay, just like this, the person in the picture, he is very big. Okay, so another thing also, another effect of stress is being stress eater. There are kind of persons when they are very busy with their work, when they are stressed with their work, the more that they eat more. Okay? So they feel stress at the same time they gain weight because the more they are busy, the more they eat, the more they order foods. Okay, that's the different thing. That's the bad thing of getting stress. And also, yeah, blood pressure. Okay, now let's read their answer. Not a long ago, I could put in a long day's work and still feel like going out dancing afterwards. But now, even though I do my job more efficiently, so I don't have to work as hard as I used to do, all I want to do is go home and go to bed. I am tired and lackadaisical all the time. I'm tired. I have tried taking vitamins and minerals, but nothing seemed to work. What's wrong with me these days? Okay. So let's read first the English words. Lackadaisical means doing in a lazy way or careless way that shows a lack of interest. Lackadaisical means it is about being lazy or careless or lacking of interest in doing something. Okay? She wants to do something, but she doesn't have the interest to do the work. Alarming means frightening or worrying. Go off, explode. Now, this person is telling, yeah, his personal experience that, yeah, long before he is comparing himself before and in the present, that before uh he can work a long day, working in a long day, and after that long day work he can still dance. He wants still to dance. Okay? So even so he is trying to say that he has a lot of energy because he spent all day working so hard, and at the end of the day he still have the energy to go to dancing. But this time, but now, okay, he's telling, but now, even though I do my job more efficiently, so I don't have to work as hard as I used to do. All I want to do is to go home and go to bed. Okay? After his work, all he wants to do is to go home and to go to bed because he is so tired. He is so tired. Okay, this is the main difference of his work as he compare his energy before and now. What about number two? Please read the answer number two.
I'm very worried about my family's medical history. Almost none of the men on my father's side has lived beyond the age of 47. I'm not sure what their cases of death have been, but I know it's a very alarming statistic to have to deal with, even though I feel fine. And in fact, I have never had a sick day in my life. I'm always aware that I seem to be a walking time boom, ticking when I hit 47. Will I go off too?
Okay. Go off means go off, go explode. I'm very worried about my family's medical history. Almost none of the men on my father's side has lived beyond the age of 47. They died too early. They died too early. At the age of 47, yeah. His relative from his father's side, okay, died at the age of 47. I'm not sure what their causes of death have been, but I know it's very alarming statistic. Yes, he was worried about knowing that his relatives from his father's side lives only at the age of 47, up to the age of 47. Even though he feel fine, even though he feel okay, and in fact have never had sick a day in his life, he is always aware that he seemed to be a walking time bomb. Ticking, ticking, ticking. When I hit 47, will I go off too? Yes, he is worried. He is worried about his status, knowing his family's medical history. Okay. Now this time, let's have this one. How often do you feel tired?
Uh, I think nowadays, sometimes I feel really tired, and it's not depend on my physical.
Physical activities.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel really stressed in my job, and after that I feel really tired and I don't want to do anything. Sometimes I feel really happy when I have a good result in my job, and I
Mm-mm.
never feel tired. So I think in my case, it depends on my stress. I think so.
Yes. What type of stress do you usually encounter? Physical or mental?
I think almost from my mentor.
Yes. Yes. This time, yes, we have this mental stress. There are many things to consider. There are many things to think about. Now, what diseases are you most afraid of?
Of course, that is the virus,
Yes.
coronavirus. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Do you think stress influences your health? Do you think stress affects your health?
I believe that stress to bad affected with my health really strong than ever other reasons.
What health problems are caused by poor diet?
Um, I'm not sure about that because in my country the poor people maybe they don't have a face with the health problem than the rich people. Yeah, maybe they have to work hard and they don't have a lot of choice in food. So that's why they don't have a fight with the blood uh, uh, pressure and the weight of the poor people really well. So I don't see any problem with them. Maybe the most problem with the poor people or the poor diet, not poor people, right?
Oh, yeah. Poor diet, not poor people.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe the most problem with the poor diet, I think that's either we can face with the reduced blood pressure really fast, and that's really dangerous. Yeah.
Yes. Now, okay. Poor diet means bad diet, not balanced diet.
Mm.
Now, when a person is following a poor diet, like for example, when a person is usually eating meat, fatty foods, when a person usually eats in the fast food, yeah, in the fast food or processed foods, eating always eating processed foods is an example of a poor diet. Always eating in a restaurant, in a fast food chain, is an example of a poor diet. Always eating, like for example, drinking alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, are example of poor diet. Now, when a person is having a poor diet, there are many health problems he will encounter. Okay? Always eating processed foods or canned goods or red meat or fatty foods, always drinking alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, and beverages will have many negative problems, health problems in the body. It could cause hypertension, it could cause diabetic, it could cause cancer, and it could cause obesity. It will definitely increase your weight, okay, if you have a poor diet, okay? So that is why we have to follow good diet, not poor. Okay, not poor diet because it will give us many health problems. Now, number 5. Did you ever go to an emergency room? If so, when and why?
No, I don't have any experience when we face with the emergency. Yeah.
Room, okay. 6. Do you regularly get a medical checkup? Why or why not?
Do you
Get
regularly get
get a
medical?
medical checkup.
Yes, I think uh, I have to check my health for me and my family twice times a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. 7. A lot of people, especially among the middle age, are afraid of getting checkups. Why do you think this is so?
The middle age. I think the
Like,
middle age.
yes,
Middle age.
like 50, 40 to 50s.
Uh,
Yes.
Hmm, I'm not sure about that. Maybe they care about the result of tests when in the middle, when the people with the middle age, we face with many problems like high fat in blood and high pressure. So many other type of sick. So that's why maybe they really scared. Maybe or not.
Yes. Yes. The old people, yes, or the middle-aged people are afraid of getting checkups because they are afraid to know the result whether they have already acquired the hypertension, the increase of sugar, like for example, diabetic, and other forms of mm, yeah, diseases they have not yet known. Okay. All right, now here. How often do you feel tired? After lunch, I get drowsy almost every day, but I take a power nap for about 15 minutes and I do not have any problem the rest of the day. Drowsy, feeling the need to sleep. Depression, medical condition in which a person is too unhappy to live a normal life. Disposition, tendency. Hold water, be true. Power nap, concentrated period of absolute sleep. Deteriorate, become worse. Now, how often do you feel, okay, this one. He said that after lunch, he get drowsy. Drowsy means sleepy. That is why he take a power nap. A short sleep, a power nap means a short sleep. Okay? At about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And after that one, she doesn't have any problem for the rest of the day. He revives his energy. Okay, please read number 2.
It seems like I'm always tired. Is that it doesn't matter whether I go to bed early or late, or when I get up. I never have enough strength to get me through the day. I have a trouble paying attention. I can hardly read or write, and I don't feel like moving around. Some people tell me that I'm suffering from a form of depression and that this condition is controllable. I hope
Control.
so. As soon as I get the energy to do so, I'm going to see my doctor.
Okay. It seems like I'm always tired. Okay, this person feels always tired. It doesn't matter whether I go to bed early or when I get up. I never have enough strength to get me through the day. Oh, this person is always feeling tired. He feels that he doesn't have energy to keep going on his daily activities. Okay. I have trouble paying attention. Yes. I can hardly read or write. Oh, this person is having a problem. He cannot pay attention to anything. He can hardly read, he can hardly write, and he doesn't feel like moving around. Oh, he must be sick. Some people tell me that I'm suffering from a depression. Depression means medical condition in which a person is too unhappy to live a normal life. And that condition is controllable. I hope so. As soon as I get the energy to do so, I'm going to see my doctor. Oh, this person is really sick. This person is really sick. Number two, what diseases are you most afraid of? Please read number one.
All my adult life, I've been worried about cancer. A lot of my aunts and uncles have suffered from cancer, and about half of them have died from it. So I'm afraid of a family disposition towards getting it.
Okay. So he is afraid about cancer because he know that his aunts and uncles have suffered cancer. Okay? And half of them died. So that is why he is afraid of his family's history that they have history about cancer. Okay, number two. Number two, please read.
It seems to me that Alzheimer's is that worst possible illness. Sufferer, right?
Yes, sufferers.
The sufferers may be otherwise extremely healthy and live long lives.
Lives.
But their minds and personalities steadily deteriorate. Their
Deteriorate.
deteriorate.
Mm.
Their families no longer recognize them as being the same people they used to be, and they can no longer remember any of the happy times they've had or any of their friends or accomplishments. Even being dead would be better than living in such a condition.
Condition, yes. Alzheimer's. Okay, the one who forgets, who almost forget everything. Even
Yeah.
their names, they cannot remember. Their memory is very short. Their memory is very, very small, very little. That they cannot even remember the names of their family members. Okay, so this person is afraid of getting the Alzheimer because, yeah, he know how difficult to have this disease. Okay, so sufferers of Alzheimer's extremely healthy and live long lives, but their minds and personalities steadily deteriorate. Okay, these people looks healthy, lives healthy, and in fact, they live a long life. But the problem is their minds deteriorates, keep on degrading, keep on decreasing their ability to remember things. So that will make, yeah, the person unhappy. Yeah, that will make person unhappy. Number three, do you think stress influences your health? Please read number one.
Doctors used tuning user, right, to stress, but it turns out they were completely wrong. Users are really caused by a bacterium. So the relationship between stress and bad health doesn't seem to hold water.
Hold water means to be true. Doctors used to link ulcers to stress, but it turns out they were completely wrong. Ulcers are caused by a bacterium, so the relationship between stress and health doesn't seem to be true. Okay. This person is trying to say that it is not true that when you are stressed, you get ulcer. Ulcer is this is something in the stomach when you feel pain. When you feel pain in your stomach. Yeah. And he said that it is caused by a bacterium, not caused by a stress. A stress. Okay, number 2. Please read number 2.
I don't care what the experts say. I know that's when I'm under a lot of stress, my health suffers. And then when the stress um,
Aces up.
eases up, I feel better. It seems to me that a lot more research on the connection needs to be done.
Yes, he don't care about what the expert says. He believes that when he is under a lot of pressure, her health suffers. Yes, when we are in pressure, when we have a lot of things to do, when we have a lot of tasks to accomplish, yes, we will get stress. And of course, our health deteriorates. It seems to me that a lot more research on the connection needs to be done. Number 4. What health problems are caused by poor diet? Please read.
A lot of diseases like scurvy and beriberi,
Yes. Very,
yeah,
very, very,
yeah,
very.
are directly caused by a dietary um, defi- I don't know this word,
Deficiency.
deficiency.
Malnutrition caused by dietary deficiency.
Yeah, and malnutrition is a problem throughout the third world. But we don't give enough thought to the problems of uh, obesity, especially
Obesity.
in the rich countries. Their problem is not insufficient, but over sufficient
Sufficient.
diet, either extremely not enough healthy food or too much of it causes
Severe.
severe problems.
Okay, okay. Okay, we will read first the difficult words. Ease up, become weaker. Malnutrition. Condition in which the body does not have necessary food. Okay? This is usually experienced by the poor people. Malnutrition. It is a condition in which the body becomes so thin, becomes so weak because it does not have enough food intake. Obesity, condition of being too fat in a way that is dangerous to one's health. Obesity, obesity. These days, obesity is increasing both the young or old, men or female. Yeah, there is no form, use, or choice of age. It could be young or old, men or women. Yes, professional and unprofessionals, yeah, are suffering obesity this time. Obesity is a condition of being too fat in a way that is dangerous to one's health. Aggravate, make something worse. Aggravate, make something worse. Miss out, lose a chance for something. Deficiency, lack or shortage. Deficiency, deficient of food. Lack of yes, lack or shortage. Trauma, serious injury. Sample, when a person got a vehicle accident, a terrible vehicle accident, so he will get trauma. Heal, become healthy and sound. Inflated, too high or exaggerated. Ward, room in a hospital. So these are the difficult words. These are the difficult English words that we can encounter from this page. Okay. A lot of diseases like scurvy and beriberi usually experienced by the pregnant women, in which their part of the body, like for example the hands, the legs, are getting bigger. Okay, like for example, this will become double. It will go big twice. Okay, my hand. And that is beriberi, and it is usually experienced by the pregnant women. Okay, caused by dietary deficiency. When a pregnant woman experience deficiency in food intake, yes, she will experience beriberi. And malnutrition is a problem throughout the third world. Now, we are now moving forward to the third world. Okay, the first, second world, third world. This generation, the young generation of our today, yes, of these days, are the members of the third world. And malnutrition is a problem throughout the third world because poor people are facing this malnutrition, facing the lack of food supply. So this is the common problem of the poor people. But we don't give enough thought to the problems of obesity, especially in the rich countries. The, their problem is not insufficient, but over sufficient. Okay. There is problem both the poor country and the rich country now. For the poor country, their problem is insufficient food supply, meaning to say not enough food supply. That is why it resulted to malnutrition. Do you see yeah, malnutrition this way? Malnutrition individuals. Let's look for it. Malnutrition children, malnourished. Malnourished child or children. Yeah. Do you see? Do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the cause of malnutrition. It's very bad. It's very sad to say. It's very sad to say these children. And these are the images of malnourished children. And this is the result of malnutrition. Now, malnutrition is the major problem of the poor people or the poor countries. Okay, they lack of food supply, even the very basic needs, they lack of it, so it resulted to malnutrition. But you know what, in the other countries, in the rich countries, their problem is over sufficient diet that resulted to obesity because they have enough. Oh, do you see? Do you see this one? When you have enough food, yeah, when you have enough food, yeah. This is an example of obesity. Do you see?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there are many. Look at them. They are still very young. They are still very young. Look at them. Still very young, yet they are so big. Oh, that one. Okay. 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 So, rich countries are also suffering obesity. Rich countries are suffering obesity because of over-sufficient diet. Do you see? Both the poor and the rich countries are having problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The rich country are not excuse of having health problems because they are also suffering obesity now. Obesity can be avoided if a person is self-disciplined about his diet. Okay? Because yeah, you can control yourself. You can control yourself. Yes, so let's say that you are very rich. You have a lot of money to buy different foods. But you must have to consider that over sufficient diet can lead you to become obese. And getting obese is not good because it has many negative side effects. It can make you sick and it can make you die even at an early age. So the bottom line there is this self-discipline. You should know when you should eat and when you should not eat, or else you will suffer obesity. Either extreme, not enough not healthy food, or too much of it causes severe. When we say severe, serious. Severe means serious problems. Okay, number 2, please read. Letter B.
Uh, Even non-dietary diseases can be aggravated by poor eating habits. A sick person needs to eat sufficient quantities of
Ma,
food to keep his strength up. But if he eats too much, he may gain excess weight and put more strain on his heart. Foods also affect the circulation, the storage of energy, and the digestion, all of
digestion.
which play a large role in maintaining health.
Okay. Even non-dietary diseases can be aggravated by poor eating habits. A sick person needs to eat sufficient quantities. A sick person needs to eat enough. Sufficient means enough quantities of food to keep his strength up. But if he eats too much, he may gain excess weight and put more strain on his heart. Yes. So we have to take sufficient or enough food, because if we will eat much or more, then we will gain weight and we will have more health problems. Foods also affect the circulation, the storage energy, and the digestions, all of which play a large role in maintaining good health. Okay. Now, number 5. Please read the answer.
The last time I went to an emergency room, none of the doctor or nurses seemed to think there were any emergencies there. Patients were sitting or lying around, many of them suffering from uh, I don't know this word, wound, right?
Emergencies patients were sitting line. Trauma.
Traumas, yeah,
Yes.
with no one available to take care of them.
Yes.
I sat there for over 2 hours before any doctor examined
Me.
me. And then it took another 2 hours to get treated. I
Mhm.
feel that I could have stayed home and Nat later helped me. And I wouldn't have been any worse off. But then I would have missed out on that inflated bill the hospital sent me.
Okay. Now he is telling his experience that the last time he went to an emergency room, none of the doctors or nurses seemed to think there were any emergencies there. Patients were sitting or lying around, many of them suffering from several wounds or trauma, with no one available to take care of them. Okay. He had a very bad experience. When he went to the emergency room, he had seen many patients who were lying around, who were suffering from severe wounds, severe pains or traumas, but then no one took care of them. There were no doctors, there were no nurses attending to them. Okay? And he sat there for 2 hours before the doctor examined. And then it took another 2 hours for he before he got treated. So he felt bad, he felt disappointed and think that he could have just stayed home and let the nature heal himself. And the worst thing was he have received a very big bill in that hospital. And he has a very bad experience. Looking the patients, with them, with him, feeling severe pains and severe ones, suffering from any forms of diseases, but then they were very late. They were treated, they were entertained very late. So he had a very bad experience in his first time going to the emergency room. Okay, so next meeting, we will continue to learn, on this page 119, but we will be on question number 2. Do you have something to say?
No, I'm risk. We'll talk about the sick. Yeah.
Yes, yes, same here. Same here. I don't like to talk about health problems and sick thing. Yeah. Yes, so we will continue to discuss this topic, the last two topics of this book, uh, next meeting on Saturday. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye and see you on Saturday. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.